Are you in between decisions on whether to immigrate to Canada or the UK? If maybe your situation is you've never been to these countries before and you're not sure which would be a better option for you, or maybe you're in the UK and you're wondering if this big move to Canada is actually worth it. Well, in this video, I'm going to be exploring some of the comparisons with you between the UK and Canada that hopefully can help you make this decision a lot easier. If this subject is of interest to you, then keep watching this video. Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of being here, welcome and thank you for clicking this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and also the bell button so that you know whenever I post a brand new video. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I create content around my lifestyle and also share tips on how to move, settle, and survive in Canada as a new immigrant. So please check out my previous videos to see if there are any of my videos that you find interesting. Now let's jump right into this video to help you decide if it's more worth it for you to remain in the UK, or if it's in the case of you being in another country, let's help you decide if it's more worth it for you to move to the UK or Canada. About 6 years ago, I got an admission into a university in the UK, University of Sunderland, where I went for my postgraduate degree in Masters in Public Health. I was in Sunderland for 15 months, and after studying, I moved back to Nigeria for a few months, and then less than a year later, I migrated to Canada. I have since then been in Canada, and it's been over 4 years of me being here in Canada, and I'm just going to be making comparisons based on my own experience living in England, UK versus living here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Just for those of you who are not already aware, let's just give you like a little background into these two countries, okay? So the United Kingdom is divided into 4 geographic regions. So it's actually 3 countries that are called the Great Britain, and then there's the Northern Ireland. So the other countries are England, Scotland, and Wales, which are the GB, and then Northern Ireland, which is like a different region on its own. Now in Canada, there are 10 provinces and 3 territories. So I'm presently in the province of Ontario in the city of Toronto. Do not give yourself a headache about the geographics of these countries, as you just naturally learn as you do your research, you know. Now, first things first, let's talk about the size of the UK and Canada, which is something that I think you have to know. The landmass of the United Kingdom is over 243,000 square kilometers, while the landmass of Canada is approximately 10 million square kilometers. Whew. That's a huge, like, this country is damn too huge. Like, it's it's big. Okay, let me break it down a little bit more. Now, in the province of Ontario, the landmass is actually over 1 million square kilometers. This tells you that the whole of United Kingdom can sit in Ontario 3 times and more. What am I saying? 4 times and more. Like, it's so huge. Like, the size of everything in England or the UK is so small. Houses are small, roads are small, everything is so small compared to Canada. Now let's talk about the population of the UK. The population of the UK is over 66 million, while the population of Canada is over 37 million. So this tells you that compared to the landmass of Canada, we need a lot more people to fit in here. This translates to, when it comes to immigration, is that the UK is not that open-minded. You have to be very, like, really highly skilled for you to be wanted in the UK. However, in Canada realizes that we need new immigrants to grow the economy of this country. We need new immigrants, you know, to be able to compete with the rest of the world economically. And so Even when you have like the most basic education and you're skilled at a trade, there is always an immigration program that you can apply for that can bring you and your family here to settle in Canada. So talking about the potential of a new immigrant succeeding, you have a win there for Canada. Now let's talk about this very important class of people. For those who are contemplating whether, is schooling in the UK better for me or schooling in Canada? Well, it depends on what you want to study. If you want to study something that is health related, well, the UK would have a potential for you in terms of finding work and building your career after you finish studying. The thing about the UK is once you're done with your degree, you're practically kicked out of the country, which is very difficult in terms of helping someone finding stability, because you're moving from a new country into a new system, and by the time you're getting adjusted into the new system, you're done with studying, and guess what? They kick you out like a pack of chewing gum. You finish chewing and we got your money. Okay, now it's time for you to go. That's very difficult. That was a problem for me because in my case, I had an option to go to the University of Saskatchewan, where I got an offer to study for my master's degree. And I decided to go to the UK instead because at the time I did not meet the qualification to start my master's degree right away, and I would have had to do a pre-master's program to make me eligible to now start the master's program, which was going to be 2 years. And then the fees was going to be ×3, of course, which made it a lot more expensive. And I was just like, I already studied, for 4 years. I studied biochemistry for 4 years in the university. I'm not about to go to school for another 3 years. And because of that, I took the easier way out. You pay one fee, you do 1 year, and you're done. I wasn't thinking about the future. If I wanted to make that decision again, I would be a lot more patient, and I would have weighed my options more objectively, and I would say if you're about to make that decision right now, think about the future, because if you studied in Canada, you would be eligible, or let me not say you will be, you may be eligible for a post-study work permit, which would give you 3 years to actually work and settle in Canada. It's nice to have the option of, being eligible and applying for something that can help you stay and settle so that you can build some stability, as opposed to worrying about the future, or what am I going to do now, and all of that stuff. If you want to have your postgraduate studies, I would say Canada is a win for that one. Now let's talk about living expenses. This is a very important comparison in helping you to see like how much it would actually cost you to live in Canada month by month. The thing is, it depends on what province you're in, okay? So there are provinces that are a lot more expensive than the others. Like Ontario is expensive, but not even the whole of Ontario. The more you are within the greater Toronto area, the more expensive cost of living is. But I would say generally, I find that Canada is a bit more expensive than the UK. If you wanted to look at like the day-by-day basic stuff, yes. And then there are parts where you can actually say, well, it can be comparable. If you're living in London versus Toronto, yeah, you can say, okay, rent, it really depends. But I find that like even food stuff, basic grocery shopping, Canada is a lot more expensive than the UK. Let me show you what I bought and I'll tell you the price. Now this is a loaf of bread. It's already open, but I bought this loaf of bread for, wait for it, $3.99. $3.99 for a loaf of bread. I used to buy a bread similar to this from, is it Lidl or Aldi? I don't remember now. $1 Canadian is 58 pence. I do not remember a time that I must have bought bread for up to £1. Not even 80p. Like I don't think I would have bought bread for, it's ridiculous. Let me show you something else, right? This is about less than 2 kg of potatoes. This is just 4 pieces of potatoes. I bought these potatoes for, let me check the receipt. So these potatoes went for $7.95, and that's at $4.39 per kg. Another thing that I really don't like about Canada, when it comes to shopping also, I find that I really enjoyed shopping for clothes and all that stuff in the UK. They have amazing styles in the UK. I really cannot complain about my shopping experience, not one time in the UK. It was just really easy. So many options to choose from. One thing I hate about shopping in Canada is that when you buy something, the price that you see on that thing is not the price that you pay. You are going to have to include the tax plus the price that you see on the price tag. It's called harmonized sales tax. How much you pay on taxes will differ from province to province. Some provinces pay higher, some pay lower. And yeah, that's unfortunate because in the UK, the price that you see on the shelf is the price that you pay. In Canada, only basic food stuff are exempted from taxes. So yeah, the UK wins on shopping, and that would be something you want to consider. If you're coming from the UK, you might want to do some shopping before you come, because in Canada it's expensive to shop and no style. Now let's talk about the lifestyle of Canadians and the British. I find that the British are quite easily frustrated when it comes to the lifestyle of Canadians, even from communication. The language is so different here compared to the British. So there is a way the British speak, and they feel like the way they speak is the best way in the world. I don't know what it is about the British, but my friend says it feels like I have something personal against the British, but everything I'm saying is fact. And I've lived there. I study my environment and people a lot, so I know what I'm saying. And please, if you have a difference in opinion, please let me know in the comment section. Like when I was new in the UK, I remember like I would ask someone to help me with something, maybe location, like when I got lost, and they would say, "Oh, sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you." And I'm like, "Sorry, you are afraid you cannot help me. Why are you sorry, number one? Two, why are you afraid? Am I scaring you? Like, what is afraiding you?" So I came to Canada and I got used to saying sorry a lot. And when someone would say something to me, the first thing I would say is sorry. And they'll be like, "No, it's not your fault." I remember I visited the US whilst I was still in Canada. Sorry, I was still studying in England. I visited the US and I was there briefly. And I would say things like, I wanted to use the cash machine. And the first thing someone asked me was, "Cash machine? You mean the ATM?" And I said, "Oh yes, the ATM." And they just asked me, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from England." The way that person looked at me was like, "Please just get out of here. Very interesting, cash machine." So like I came to Canada and I had to stop saying things like jumper and say sweater instead. I had to stop saying lift and say elevator instead. And it's really interesting because the British don't have a lot of patience. They will just like feel so frustrated. Like, why can't I communicate with somebody in this country like a normal person? Well, sorry, you might be the abnormal one when you come here. And you know what? A Canadian will not bend for you when you're saying something that they like. What you're saying is wrong. They'll say, "Oh no, what you're saying is wrong. No, this is not correct. No, this is not." Both of you just jam your heads together. So like you might feel like, oh, the language thing is not a big deal, but you would see how like communication can break a relationship. So why can't communication be a barrier for, new immigrants? So, well, but you will learn. It's something that you learn as you go along, and you just learn to change your language as you learn to communicate. Now, still on the language, the official language in the UK is English, but here in Canada, you speak 2 languages officially, which are English and French. So Canada is really convenient and a great experience for people who are multilingual because of the diversity of this country. There are organizations that require people to speak different languages, and there are provinces where you would succeed a lot and have like really good opportunities because of your proficiency in French. Now, comparing culture and lifestyle between the British and Canadians is like, it's almost like, I mean, you have things in common, but it's almost like they are set in their ways. They don't like to like really change anything, but they will find it very difficult with the style of fun or entertainment in Canada. So the UK has football, and then they have a pop culture. If you take away those two things from the UK, I don't know if they have anything. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just part of their culture, and it's something about their lifestyle that they just, you know, it's just relaxing for them. They like to drink, they like their food, they like to have a good time just in a very relaxed way. I find that they are a bit laid back compared to Canadians that are in between the Americans and the British. So I think Canadians would be in the middle. It's just on average Canadian kind of fun. It would be heartbreaking for a British to actually come to Canada and not be able to buy alcohol from any convenience store, because in Canada you can only buy alcohol from, wait for it, two places. Two places, from the beer store and the LCBO. I actually forget now what LCBO means, but well, it's a liquor store. That's just how it is in Canada, and these stores are not even located on every corner. In the UK, you can buy alcohol from any corner of the street, and you can drink wherever you want, and you can drink from the age of 18 years old. However, generally in Canada, you can only start drinking from the age of 19. Another thing about being in the UK is the ability to move around a lot. The transportation system is great. It's so easy to travel. Now, because the size of the UK is pretty small, cities are more closer together. You don't have to travel too far to get to another city. For me, I always got bored of staying in Sunderland because it's a really small town, and the only thing that really made it bubbly was the university and, you know, the students who were there. So I would actually travel on a whim when I would get bored. I had friends in Manchester, and from Sunderland to Manchester, sometimes I would use the £1 bus or £5 bus? I don't remember, the mega bus, I think. I and my housemate would just take the bus, travel 2.5 hours to 3 hours to go to Manchester to just spend some time with our friends. Now, this was very easy to do and inexpensive as well, as you would even in other parts of the UK. For example, from London, you can take a train to France or even Belgium for next to nothing, very cheap. So if traveling is something that's a part of your lifestyle and it's very important to you, if you want to move to Canada, it will be something that you cannot do on a whim. You'd actually have to put in time to plan and budget, and you need to put in the effort as well, checking for deals online. That would be something you can do, because this country is so huge. Traveling may not be as fun for you if it's something that's important for you. It's not impossible. You just have to, you know, be more conscious about your travel if you immigrated to Canada. I just wanted to quickly mention that the UK is over 300 years old, while Canada is over 150 years old. So following that these countries have been in existence for so long, the economies are pretty stable, and I feel like the UK is very suitable for people who are, you know, doing fairly well in career, people who are doing well economically actually, but in Canada, it's an encouraging country for someone who's looking to start their lives, who's looking to build, someone who's not sure what they want to do and they want to freelance, and then someone like me who like to try their hands on so many things, because, you know, it's almost like I'm a jack of any trade I set my mind to. So I don't want to confine myself or my abilities or skills to one thing, and so I just want to explore here, explore there. Canada is great for people like me because the world is my oyster. So now, in conclusion, if you're looking to have a postgraduate study and Canada isn't the option for you, I would say go with Canada. Unless maybe you've tried and it's not working, then you can go with, your other option. If you're in the UK and you're not sure if you want to immigrate to Canada, I would say, if you're not sure, if you're a British citizen, you can actually apply for an electronic travel document to come visit, see if you like what you see if you've never been here before, and then you can make your decision from there. After watching this video, if you're still not sure, I always recommend that if you have to use an immigration consultant, it's someone that's licensed and preferably in Canada. Remember, there are no guarantees with anything. So the first sign that, a consultant is a fraud is if they promise you heaven and earth to bring you to Canada. Please look up here to see the video I made talking about how to identify an immigration consultant that is a fraud. I also shared information on how you can check the legitimacy of their license, how you can see if they are registered with Canada or not. Please make sure to check all of this information before you make any kind of financial commitment to anyone. Canada has a lot of prospects for new immigrants, and I personally do not regret my migration to Canada. It's been a lot of growing and it was painful in the beginning, but I tell you, the move was worth it for me. So that's all for this video. I'm hoping that you found this video helpful. Please make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have any video suggestions, please let me know in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.